yeah, people. All right, so I already know what's in this box, but stay tuned because I'm gonna go into the website and show you a little bit more about this company. And again, you've heard me say before why I love Watch Gang, but also why you should not judge a book by its cover. So this is my Black membership. Again, stay tuned. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. I plan on going through every month a breakdown of the original Black and Platinum tiers to show you the difference and kind of decide where your money was best spent. So this is my Black membership. Still waiting on Original and Platinum to come in. Not a bad watch. This is possibly one of two. There's two watches that qualify for the descriptor that's listed on Watch Gang's website. So I'd be happy with either one of them. It's not a well-known company, obviously, and it's very interesting when you look at their history or lack thereof on the website. But we'll get to that in a second. But first, let's take a look at this watch. Either one of the two that I think this is, I'm going to be very happy with. Ooh, there's a member's guide. I haven't seen that before. I guess this is in place of the coupon or the points. But here it is. It is the Cadola Corolla. Cadola. Nice little box. Again, I joined Watch Gang to kind of learn about these things, and I'm seeing a pattern here, meaning the same style box is being used by many of the manufacturers. Beginning to understand why, but we'll get to that in a second. Anyway, Cadola. This is the SKU says Charlie Delta 100702. I don't have the numbers memorized, but like I said, there's only two possibilities of what this could be. Oh my gosh, this box. Let's get it out of here. This is the Cadola Aviator. Oh, this is the one I was hoping it was too. Okay, real quick. So here's their instruction manual, Cadola 1946. That's very surprising, and I'll explain that in a second. The international warranty card, plastic, not bad. Pretty typical language, looks like. Not completed, but here you go. Pretty nice watch. I will probably be wearing this. So it is a quartz movement, Cadola. White on black is what it's referred to. Aviator, black leather strap. Actually a pretty nice quality strap. Already soft and kind of broken in. It looks like it has a chronometer bezel. I don't know how the thing works just yet, but since this is just an unboxing, let's look at that. So Black membership, Cadola. We'll look at the specs in a second. Water resistant up to 100 meters. I believe the case is it's a 44 millimeter case, 14 millimeter. Again, I'm kind of doing this out of memory, so don't quote me on this. We'll look at the specs in a second. Mineral glass with a sapphire coating. I need to learn more about that because I kind of figured it was either mineral or sapphire. So I'm kind of curious as to how there's both. But yeah, this is a pretty attractive watch, I gotta say. Like I said, there's another one of these that exists, referred to as the Aviator white on steel, I think it is. And they're very similar. The difference is the white one has a mesh strap with a white ring around the outside. Still a quartz movement. It doesn't list whose movement this is, but it is still a very attractive watch. Don't think there's no lume or anything in here. Definitely more of a dress watch. Engraved back. The website says this retails for $410 or $410 US, but we'll talk about that in a second. So I'm gonna step away for a second, and we'll head over to the computer. I want to look at some information, show you what I found on this, and again, why I think Watch Gang helps you kind of get an understanding of the watch market and manufacturers and all that good stuff. So hang tight. We'll head over to the computer and we'll take a deeper dive in 2 seconds. Here we go. Okay, so here we have my Watch Gang membership page, and as you can see, there is the Cadola Aviator in white. Now the website does have two other descriptors for the possible matches, white/steel and white/black. And so since this said white only, I wasn't really sure which one I was going to have. But like I said, I'm happy with what I did receive. But let's dig into this a little more and explain why why I think this is another one of those watches where it helps you gain an understanding of the industry and how these watches come to be. So real quick, let's first start our journey over at Cadola's website. And if we notice at the very top of their website, we have their Aviator. This is obviously the watch they're showing is the one that I received. Not a bad looking watch, but let's look at, let's go into this shop now, and as you can see there are two Aviators that actually show as white, and you can't see that here, but let's search. Alright, so we have the first one, actually I guess there's two. We have the white / steel, which is the one with the mesh band. I did not receive that. Would have been very happy if I did. And then we have the white / black, which is the one that we just looked at. Again, they're nearly identical. The difference is that strap and that bezel, and the retail price claimed in their website, obviously $410 versus $450. All the specs are basically the same. So let's dive into here and look at it real quick. Movement. Swiss parts, that's interesting. Swiss parts, quartz multifunction with day date. Again, it doesn't say what the movement is. Stainless steel case, genuine leather strap, 44 millimeter size, 14 millimeter thickness. So again, I was, at least I know I'm not losing my mind and I have those numbers correct. Mineral lens with sapphire coating, 100 millimeters or 100 meters. So here's what I find interesting about it. So if we look at Cadola's website, they have this 1946 in their domain, but yet when you start looking at the about section of Cadola's website, they don't really mention when they came to be. They mentioned that the 1960s was a reboot. But if you read this, it doesn't really say that Cadola began in the 1960s. It just kind of alludes to that, so maybe it's left up to the reader's interpretation. Anyway, but here's why I find that interesting. So as we dig through their website, for example, on their warranty policy, or in the terms and conditions, there's really no mention of a company name other than the domain name Cadola1946.com. Doesn't really say who owns it or anything. And again, I've dug through the website for quite a while. However, when we look at the trademarks for Cadola, we see that this trademark was started being filed back in 2018, but really didn't do anything until 2020. And as we look at their description, it really just shows that they're going to be a manufacturer, a distributor of precious metals and jewelries. Now, here's what's interesting. They've got a ton of other filings with the trademark office, including several suspension letters and whatnot. So it kind of looks like this was a company that was trying to, or a trademark that they were trying to bring into existence, but never really put any time, effort, or energy behind it. Maybe I don't really know, but stay tuned. There's a couple more interesting pieces coming from this little research session. So if we look at the person who was responsible for this, shows Solar Time Ltd. That is the registrant. And if we start looking at that company, there's a slew of names under that owner that will seem very familiar to many people who are in Watch Gang. So James McCobb, where's another one? Dussault, Cadola. So these are all pretty much by the same company, Solar Time Ltd. Here's where it starts getting interesting. Bloomberg shows that this company was founded back in 1977 in Hong Kong and really just distributes precious stones, costume jewelry, silverware. They're really just a distributor. And when we start digging a little bit further, I found a mention for them at solartimeltd.com. And so when we start looking at that website, again, we see some interesting brand names here. more specifically, again, looking back to the watch gang world, we see Dufa and Spinnaker showing up. So again, maybe they're just a distributor, but all this kind of ties together and explains why why we may have all these brands being offered by Watch Gang, because Solar Time Ltd is that central point. But again, here's where it gets interesting. I keep saying that. If we look at Cadola 1946 and the Internet Wayback Machine, this is a site that just basically crawls the internet. We can see that really this site didn't come into existence until November 28th, 2020. So fairly new brand, and I'll explain why that matters to me in a minute. And that Solar Time Ltd site that we mentioned, well, if we look at, again, the Internet Wayback Machine, we'll see that no matter where we look in these captures, let's say this one back here on 2004, it looks like there was a meaningful capture at 12:35 UTC. They're all very generic, coming soon sites. So the long and short of it is Solar Ltd or Solar Time Ltd never really invested anything in their website, or maybe they just never got off the ground. Maybe the corporate entity existed out there, but they just never did anything with it. So if you look at all the hits for Solar Time Ltd, they're all just under construction pages of one flavor or another. This one they're still using Flash. And this is the most current. Again, it's a new site coming soon page. So why does this matter to me? Well, let's look at the Cadola website real quick, and I think the page that I want to show you is the warranty policy. So it shows that the warranty, maybe it's better seen on the actual product page. So let's look at the watch that we had received. The white black. Here we go. Warranty, 2 years international. So I mention this because I think it's important for folks to realize what that warranty means. This entity didn't exist really until 2020. At least their website didn't. And the parent company looks like they've kind of floundered from 2001 onward, or really not had even a web presence at all throughout this time. So when you look at that 2-year warranty, who are you going to go? Who are you going to call? You're probably not going to call Cadola, and I highly doubt this company, Solar Time Ltd, is going to be responsive for any repairs. So that leaves you going back to where your source of wherever you received it from. In our case, Watch Gang. Now, Watch Gang's customer service has been great to me. They've bent over backwards in the past to make sure I'm happy, but I guess what I'm getting at is a couple things. Number one, understand that this 2-year warranty means that it's what they're saying exists. I don't know how you're gonna get any kind of service from that warranty from a company that really hasn't existed and really doesn't even exist out there. They're just kind of on paper. So chances are you're going to end up going through Watch Gang if you have a defect or something, and maybe they'll help you. Maybe they have extra items in stock that they can swap it out with. I don't really know how you're gonna handle that. But the other thing I want to stress here is, I wouldn't, we see people online sometimes bashing Watch Gang and explaining how, it's not a Seiko and it's not a Citizen. You should save your money and get something that you really like or whatever. But at the end of the day, pretty much all these companies are the same. It doesn't matter what the name is on that dial. They're all buying somebody else's movements. They're all buying somebody else's case. They're all buying somebody else's watch band, and they're assembling it with their artwork and their style and putting their spin on it. So whether you're buying a watch with the Cadola brand or a watch with the Seiko brand or whoever, you're buying pretty similar guts and a pretty similar device. The difference being is the company that is standing behind it. Seiko and reaching out to them, or the attention to detail they put into the assembly and the polish and the delivery and the customer service is going to be a bazillion times better than this Cadola or this Solar Time Ltd company. That doesn't mean what you're getting from Cadola is a bad watch. It just means that the company behind it may be a stronger company when you're looking to the overall delivery of the product and
maybe the attention to detail that goes into delivering that product, and also standing behind the product. So, moral of the story: Watch Gang has been great this month, as always. They've given us a great watch, very attractive, something that I absolutely will be wearing. But the backstory in this Cadola company is one where they really just came into existence, and you're probably not going to be able to knock on their door for a return or replacement or a correction somewhere. So if you have received the Cadola, I think it's so far a very attractive watch. So let's stay tuned and see how it holds up. If you are not a subscriber, I urge you to subscribe. Again, in a couple days, I'll be posting reviews of the original and the Platinum series tiers, and then doing comparison between the three. I also have a wheel spin watch that I'm going to be doing in a second. But yeah, I hope this sheds some light on Cadola, on the brand, and some of the backstory. And yeah, another great watch. If you're not a member of Watch Gang, I strongly encourage you to join. Thanks a bunch.